Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to I'm Not Repeating Myself podcast. I'm your host, Mike, and I hope you heard what I said the first time because I'm not repeating myself. Welcome. Glad everybody can be with me on this good Monday. Man, August is here, man. August is here at the end of this week. One more month away from football. Oh, man, I'm about to turn up. Y'all think I'm blazing now. Football season get here, I'm about to turn this shit up another notch, man. But yeah, man, this summer's been going by. All you gotta do is get past July, then everything just start cruising. September 1st, the year is over though. Long as you know, when September 1st get here, this year is over. It is 2026. It is 2026. But yeah, man, August is here, man. August is here. Hope everybody's had a good week, had a good weekend. I know I did. Hope everybody again was in that gym, accomplishing them goals, setting benchmarks, all that good shit, man. Cause I definitely did, man. I definitely did. So let's go ahead and jump right into this shit, man. So Drake dropped another episode for his Iceman series. Episode 2 dropped on Friday, featuring Central Cee. Another installment for his album rollout, Iceman, that doesn't have an official release date yet, but he has been rolling out these episodes as far as a promo and the gear up for it. So just basically speaking about the episode was cool. Episode was cool. Of course, you got the Pinocchio that was chasing him throughout the episode, which I thought was kind of funny. That was funny. That shit was hilarious. Basically, all the lies keep chasing him and shit like that. That was pretty dope. But as far as the records and everything that he dropped with Central Cee, he dropped the record with Central Cee called "Which One." I really wasn't feeling it. Like I can't get into the UK Drake. I just can't get into that sound. Central Cee. I'm not saying the guy's not talented or whatever, but I just can't. I can't get into it. That's not my thing. So it sounds like a little dance record that girls get all to in the club and stuff like that. But me personally, I'm just not feeling that at all. I'm not. Then Central Cee, he had another record. I don't know the name of that one. That was just him by himself. That also premiered on the live stream. And then also he premiered a snippet towards the end that sounded like he's about to get some bars off. But he dropped the beat. He let the beat play for like a minute and a half while he was walking through the train station or whatever, but we didn't get to hear like no lyrics or nothing like that. So that's what I want to hear. But as far as the record, which one, and the other record with Central Cee, nah, not feeling it. Not feeling it. He could keep that. Again, I understand the whole UK and Drake being able to tap into different bags as far as sounds and stuff like that. But I can't get with. And I tried. I tried to listen to Central Cee. That's one thing I do. I'm fair. I'm fair in my judgment of artists. I'm fair in my judgment of anybody. I give you a few listens, and then if it's just not moving me, it's just not moving me. I can't force myself to like the music. It has nothing to do with well, it's you don't understand it, motherfucker. I understand completely what it is. I just don't like it. I just don't. I'm not feeling the record at all. I understand what it might do for those across the seas or even here in the clubs and stuff like that, but nah, man, nah. But I wanna salute Drake for actually putting some time and effort into this rollout as far because he's never done a live stream before. This live stream idea definitely is dope. And shout out to him on the quality tip as far as the cameras because he's shooting them shit with red dots. And to do a live stream with them red dot cameras, like that's A1 production. That's A1 and nobody's ever done that before. Nobody's ever done that. So again, salute to Drake for episode 2. It was real. It was real dope. It was real dope to see. Again, he dropped a track called "Which One," and then he premiered a snippet of this track that sounded like he's just gonna be rapping for 3-4 minutes on it. So hopefully we get that installment on the next episode. I'm wondering how long he gonna drag this out though. That's my only question because if you on episode 2, the first one premiered about 2 weeks ago. I don't know. Maybe 4, maybe 5. But you have to be on a week to week basis. If he's gonna continue to do it every week. Don't do it every other week. Because if you do it every other week, you're kind of just. I feel like you're kind of teasing it. If you're gonna do it on a week to week basis, let it be an installment of every week. And I'm interested to see where the next location gonna be at. Definitely because we all know Drake. He's very creative, and at the same time too, he gives the fans something to question. That's another thing, especially when it comes to his imagery. When it comes to if he drops a single, he kind of, I won't say he won't have us question where the music is going to be at as far as the sound of the album, was all right. What direction he's gonna go with this? Because if you remember when Honestly Nevermind dropped, that was just a surprise drop. We didn't get no single from that, no nothing. It was just boom, he dropped the album. Everything else he pretty much gives us a single. So we got What Did I Miss So Far, and we got Which One. So I've accepted the fact also that I know I'm not gonna completely get another Drake. Just a Drake rap album in full. The most I got from that was Scary Hours 2. Scary Hours 2, that EP, that was 6 tracks. But hopefully, man, I could get majority rap. That's what I really want. I want majority rap from Drake on this album. I don't ask for much, bro. I don't. But I really would like to see a majority rap album from Drake. So definitely interested to see what episode 3 is going to bring, because I know that shit is gonna be dope. It's gonna continue to, and I wonder what's gonna be the round out, because it definitely has a message behind this story as well. So is he gonna end up at the end of it back at the factory where the Iceman truck is? Are we gonna see Pinocchio again? Are we gonna have another feature artist in this live stream as well? We'll just have to wait to see. So salute to Drake on that one. So next up, we had a good week, good Friday of music, man. Freddie Gibbs dropped his new album called Alfredo 2 with The Alchemist. All I got to say is, man, salute Freddie, man. Salute Freddie. Freddie continues to just put out quality A1 music, dog. Like, antics aside, we all know the shit that he be into outside of music. But when it's time to lock in and make an album, this nigga Freddie don't fuck around. He don't. And I want to say it's probably not even a bold take, but Freddie Gibbs is the best when it comes to transition between tracks. When it comes to transitions between tracks, Freddie Gibbs is the best at doing that shit. I don't know, and it definitely takes a certain level of skill to construct that when you're doing an album. This nigga transitions don't miss. It's like literally you can hit play on his album, just let that shit run straight through. You really don't know you on the next song, like for real, because it just smooths great. Over the last 2-3 albums, and majority of his albums, the transitions just be smooth as fuck. I'd be like, God damn, nigga, like a lot of rappers could take some notes from that. Definitely, because that's gonna keep the listener engaged, the smooth transitions. But salute to that nigga, man, because Alfredo 2 is amazing. Amazing work. My favorite track off this album is Ensalada and Empanadas. Definitely my top 2 tracks. Shout out to Anderson .Paak. Anderson .Paak, when he features on rap records, kill shit. Kill shit. Empanadas, killed shit. Skinny Suge too. He was just rapping his ass off on that one, man. Just getting busy. And shout out to Alchemist, man. Shout out to Alchemist, because he continues to show up and perform too. And we got to start seeing more of a specific rapper and a specific producer just linking on projects. We need to start, because I feel like every rapper knows which producer is their bag and their comfort zone. And why not put out about 3-4 projects together, man? It works. I'm not saying it may not work for y'all, but you never know until you try it. I always know when Freddie and the Alchemist get together, they're giving me at least a great album or a classic. It's one of the two. I've never listened to a Freddie album over the last 5, 6, 7 years and be like, nah, he could have kept this shit. No, everything he does, he delivers to damn near perfection, dog. And I want to give him his flowers on that, because this shit was amazing. Out the gates, you got 1995, Mar-a-Lago, you got Lemon Pepper Steppers, again, Ensalada, Empanadas, Skinny Suge 2, Feeling, I Still Love Her, Shangri-La, Gas Station Sushi, Lavish Habits, Gold Feet, John Claude, and then rounded it out with 1,000 Mountains. Is 14 tracks, about 48 minutes. Again, sticking in between that 12 to 15 track range. Rappers, R&B artists, all y'all motherfuckers, if you listen to this, please keep it 12 to 15 tracks. I love that shit. I love it. You just giving us high quality when you keep it within that track range. 12 to 15 is perfect. And the intro was dope too. 1995, that's the record that he actually premiered. What was that, last week? As the lead single off this album, 1995. But and all the features hit. Again, you had Anderson .Paak. Feeling is probably the only track I really don't like, because Larry June is on there, and I really don't like Larry June. Then you had Jid on Gold Feet. And I seen a couple of the niggas been saying that Jid, he's been on a run lately of killing features, and you got to start having a conversation. I'm not gonna say all that, but he has been doing this thing, because he did get off on that Bodies track. He definitely got off on that Bodies track with Offset. Dog been doing this thing. I get credit where credit's due. I can't say that I'm a Jid listener consistently. I'm not saying he's a bad rapper, but I just haven't really sat down with his projects like that. He hasn't really put out something that really grasps me. But probably when this next album come out, I'm gonna give it a fair listen. Like I said, I gotta give everybody a fair chance and a fair listen as far as listening to these albums, because they do put effort into it. They do. They definitely do. But yeah, man, this was amazing, man. This was amazing. Also, Freddie did a music video for 1995 too. So if you got a chance, go check that out on YouTube. Very dope video. Very dope concept. Alfredo 2, 1995, Mar-a-Lago, Lemon Pepper Peppers, Ensalada. Like those 4 out the gates, those are like my favorite tracks. Like just straight Rapid Skinny Shugs is getting busy. Shangri-La, one of my favorites. Gas Station Sushi, one of my favorites. And speaking of Gas Station Sushi, this nigga Freddie Gibbs is going at Currency. What the fuck is going on? So I'm sitting back and I'm listening to the record. I'm like, is this nigga talking about Currency, bro? Like, what the fuck is going on? So this nigga, let me pull up the lyrics because I want to quote this correctly. I don't want to fuck it up. So I'm listening to the song. He was getting at this nigga. So Freddie Gibbs was like, could have ran Fetty by myself. I'm the best with AI. Keep it G. Go start a Chevy up. Don't start with me. I'm like, God damn. So, doing my research, niggas was talking about it on Twitter. So apparently, this nigga Currency, when they did Fetty, and Fetty came out 2018, by the way. This album came out 2018. So apparently, when this album came out, Currency didn't do no promotion. He didn't post an album. When Freddie wanted the link to do promotion and videos for it, kind of left doggone stuck. So this is where this stems from. And if this is to be true, I kind of feel Freddie on that. It's like, bro, granted, however Currency handles his album rollouts is him. I got no say on that. A lot of times Currency just like to put out his projects. He don't post them like that. He don't promote, whatever the case may be. But bro, if we do a collab album, at the least you can do is post the album, bro. That's not hard. You can at least post the album. This is really not that difficult, my nigga. You post it, go. If you don't want to do a video, cool. If you don't want to go on a tour, cool. But you can at least just post it. That's all you can do. You can post. So I feel Freddie on that, because if that's the case, why even do a collab? This is a collaborative effort. Like, we need to be promoting it together. We need to be putting it out there for the fans to see. Granted, if you do what you do on your solo albums and your mixtapes, whenever you put them out, you just post and go, okay, cool. When you come collab with me, we need to do that. So maybe that's something that should have been communicated between both parties. But I was just sitting around like, damn, bro, I don't want to see Freddie Gibbs and Currency beefing. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that, because with his Currency, I've known him to be one of the most laid back, chill rappers we've seen in this game. He really don't fuck with nobody. Dog just put out dope, fly music. He into his cars. He into sneakers. He don't fuck with nobody. And I don't even know what a Currency response would sound like. That's another thing. Like, what would that even sound like? Really think about it. How I can't even think about no bars that Currency would it be able to provide as far as like a diss, because I don't see him in that light. What I predict is I think he's just gonna ignore it. I don't think he's really gonna feed into it. I don't think. Maybe it's a conversation that they have, man to man, telephone, FaceTime, whatever the case may be. But as far as getting on the record, I just don't see Currency doing that, because again, I've never known him to be that type of rapper. Currency don't fuck with nobody. If anything, he'll probably get in an interview and talk and maybe speak on it. But other than that, I haven't seen anything. And if I miss it, somebody please show me. But I haven't seen anything that would make me be like, yeah, this could go the other way. So I don't know. I didn't like seeing that. I don't want to see Freddie. I don't want to see Freddie and them going at it. But Gibbs had some bars for niggas. He was going at Jim Jones, and I quickly forgot that him and Jim had that beef. See, what the thing was though, Jim never spoke on it. I think they was in Miami. They linked up in Miami. They had a fight in a restaurant or something like that. Freddie was the one who really spoke on it. Jim kind of just kept it cool. Jim never said shit. He never said nothing. Then again, I can't remember what track it was. Freddie was also talking about that situation in Buffalo. And I'm sitting back, I'm like, all right, bro, like, We all saw the footage. Granted, he could dress whatever he would to dress in the music. I got no beef with that. It's still good music regardless, but it's kind of like, why reintroduce that energy? You're gonna say, because that actually became physical. See, that's the difference. It's the difference between a rapper, expressing, talking about shit that he might have went through over the last year or so, some head to heads he might have had or whatever the case may be, some shit that might have bothered him. But this actually became fisticuffs. Like, niggas was really fighting in that restaurant. I remember that video vividly. It was niggas was throwing shit, bodies was getting flown, all that. So I kind of felt like, oh yeah, Freddie could have left that alone. Like, dog, just leave that one alone, dog, because that don't really serve nobody neither. But overall, though, I would have to say this album is amazing. If I have to give it a rate off rip, I'll definitely give it a 9.5. Definitely 9.5. And honestly, I think this because I think You Only Die Once is Freddie Gibbs' best album. I think You Only Die Once is Freddie's best album. This is competing. It's literally right there. Maybe if I get some more time, a lot of the times I'm setting on my ratings when I give them. Like I said, I give it a 9.5, but it's probably competing with You Only Die Once for Freddie's best album, because again, this was amazing. And again, Freddie is the best when it comes to transitions on albums. A lot of you rappers could take notes from Freddie Gibbs as far as transitions. I think transitions is a very underrated skill when constructing an album. When your transitions are on point, that just takes it up another notch. And he always kills his transitions. Always kills his transitions, bro. So again, salute to him. Salute the Alchemist on putting out a dope project, because man, I just hit play and let this shit run through. Hit play and let this shit run through. That's just how great it is. Salute. So salute to Freddie. Salute to everybody who had a hand in that. And hopefully him and Alchemist could continue to give us dope projects, man. Just don't leave off on that mark. Run that shit up. Run it up. So next up, we got Benny the Butcher dropped the album called Summertime Butch 2. This actually dropped on a Wednesday, actually. So I didn't get the chance to talk about it last week because I missed it. So my apologies on that. But he did drop an album. He did Summertime Butch 2. And Benny always gives good projects as well. That's another thing I say about Benny. Benny is my favorite out Griselda anyway. He's always been my favorite out Griselda. He's really probably the only one out Griselda that I listen to the most. Nothing against Conway. Conway is dope. When he drops some shit, I listen to him. And I don't listen to West Side Gun because I just don't like his rap voice. But Benny the Butcher continues to put out quality, dope music. Always. Like, over the last 4 or 5 years, again with him as well, he hasn't put out nothing that was kind of like forgettable. You get what I'm saying? Like, Summertime Butch 2 is very, very dope. I love the intro, Summer Feeling. Jasmine's, That's Fire. Hood on Fire. Told You So. Where's My Butch? Summer 25. Why Would I with G Herbo. He killed that feature, by the way, too. 77 Club is my favorite track on this album. Gold Plated Alicia. In the Wall, Pandora's, and then closing it out with Lolo's. 12 tracks. Again, 12 to 15 tracks. So salute to Benny on that, putting out another dope project. And his the first installment of this Summertime Butch, the first one, he got a track on there. Let me see if I can find that track, because that track is fire. That nigga was really rapping on that shit. Let me see if I can find that shit. No, that's not it right here. Oh yeah, Summertime. This came out last year, 2024. He got a track on there called Kitchen Table. Nigga was rap. That's some of Benny's best rapping on that record right there. It's called Kitchen Table or Summertime Butch. You get a chance, go listen to that record. That nigga was really rapping. Like, that nigga was telling the story on there. But that nigga was, and this is a one verse record. But that nigga was killing that shit, bro. That nigga was killing that shit. But as far as Summertime Butch 2, dope project, good project. I give it a solid 8. Give it a solid 8. And one thing I could depend on Benny to do, he has a good ear for beats too. Him, Freddie, and there's others, but them two in particular, there's never been a time I listened to one of their projects and I've been like, God damn, this production is ass. I've never listened to a Benny the Butcher project and been like, nah, this production ain't it. So that's one thing I want to give Benny props on, because a lot of the times, a lot of the rappers could get kind of lax on that end. When Benny puts out music, those tracks is hitting. Again, my favorite track on here is 77 Club and Why Would I with G Herbo, that shit fired. G Herbo, and G Herbo's not really a rapper that I listen to a lot, but every time this nigga get on a feature too, he be killing shit. He be killing shit. So again, this is just a dope week for music, man. Like niggas was really getting in their bag this week. Speaking of getting in their bag, Wale and Pusha T dropped a new record, and this is off. This is gonna be a compilation album from Anthony Edwards. Actually, yes, Anthony Edwards. He's gonna be dropping, I think, a project. A project. I don't know the name of the album, but I guess he's kind of gonna be like on some A&R shit, executive producer. But on this record is Wale and Pusha T, and it's called Damage Control. And boy, was niggas rapping their ass off. Of course, I'm not gonna play it on here because I don't want my shit to get copyrighted. But please go listen to that record. This nigga Wale was flowing on that motherfucker. That nigga Wale was flowing on this record. That nigga was talking, bro. That nigga was talking. Then you had Pusha T come on the record, wrecking shit. Wrecking shit. This nigga Pusha T. This nigga Pusha T at Birdman and Drake again, bro. That nigga don't miss, bro. That nigga do not miss. This nigga has been on a run lately, bro. This nigga Pusha T was talking to niggas. That nigga Pusha T, let me read this bar, because when I first heard it, I'm like, I had to get niggas a screw face. This nigga Pusha T was like, the realest Birdman. I just cock-a-doodle-doo. Doorstep, I get it right through. Money talk, the wrist is light blue. Sugar Hill sweet, shit is feeling type 2. Bruise egos, man, you niggas might sue. New Jack Nino's telling on the crew. It didn't take long for niggas to figure out who the fuck he was talking about, bro. It didn't take long. We all know who he talking about, bro. But that witty wordplay. And you know it's interesting because I remember when he had his interview with Joe Budden a few weeks ago, and Joe asked him about, like, you know, when you hear Drake like kind of still taking shots at Pharrell, like how you feel about that? Like how do you still kind of just keep to yourself and not really say nothing? He's like, man, honestly. And this shit was hilarious. I just don't believe niggas is real. I just don't believe niggas is real. So when you feel like niggas ain't real, you don't pay that shit no mind. But lo and behold, that nigga got on this record and he was talking this shit. Dope verse too, but that nigga was getting that nigga. So I feel like we already know how that ended. If I'm Drake, I just, leave that alone, because we all know what happened the last time. When Story Added On dropped, niggas didn't rap back, so I don't know. But I'm listen, just as far as the rap, the lyricism, I'm here for it. Niggas still sneak dissing. I don't have no problem with it, bro. I don't. Me personally, I don't got no issues with it. But shout out to Wale and Pusha T for this shit, because these niggas are getting busy. And Wale, I think he has something to prove coming up on his next project if he do drop one, because that last record that he dropped, that was dope too. So I don't know when Wale's album's coming out, but salute to him, man, because these niggas is rapping. Salute. And it's dope to see some of the athletes getting out here, getting into the rap game as far as overseeing it. I don't know what made him think that Wale and Pusha T would be dope on a record together, but I'm glad he did. So if Anthony Edwards is dropping this album, I'm interested to see who else he has collaborating on the tracks, because that shit is insane. That record is fired. Again, it's called Damage Control. When you get a chance, please go check that out. Please go check that out. Like I said, man, dope weekend of music, man. Niggas got in their bag. Niggas was getting busy. So, next up, Raekwon. So, if you remember last week, I spoke on the Nas diss that he gave to Jim Jones on his record called Omerta. So after, of course, I recorded, a video came out on the TL of Raekwon speaking about this record, and this is what Raekwon had to say. Let me go ahead and play that. I got it for you right here.
Did not write that verse for Jim. That was a straight shot Jim got hit with. And y'all made it seem like that was for Nas. That was for Jim. Nas wasn't dissing Jim. And the reason why he changed it, because he knew that at the end of the day, damn, Chef, I gave you these verses months ago, and now all this shit is popping up, which at the end of the day, he not standing on it, because he's in another zone. He trying to get money. He doing this, he doing that. Jim said what he said, and the fans responded, and that was that. Nas is all the way on the other side somewhere, not even paying attention to it that deep. He's not getting caught up in that. And now all of a sudden, when I'm getting ready to drop my album, Nas hits me and say, yo, Chef, I'm going to do another verse, my nigga, because I don't know, for some reason, I think that this rhyme right here is going to make niggas feel like I'm dissing Jim, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? This rhyme I made way before all this shit even came up. And this is real shit, y'all. I don't got to fucking lie to y'all niggas, man. I promise y'all niggas, he wasn't dissing Jim. This ain't no diss record. And if it was a diss record, why would he put it on my record? Because guess what? I fuck with Jim. He know I fuck with Jim. So I ain't getting in nobody beef. If it was a beef, it's no beef. So y'all took whatever that rhyme was that leaked, because I guess it leaked from somewhere. It didn't leak from us. But yo, that wasn't for Jim. Nas was rhyming like that because the beat made him rhyme like that, nigga.
All right. So let me say this. Respect to Raekwon. Utmost respect to Raekwon. Do I believe Nas wasn't dissing Jim Jones on that record? No, I don't. I'm sorry, bro. I don't. And Nas can speak for himself. You get what I'm saying? And I understand. Again, I respect Raekwon. He's trying to play peacemaker because he fuck with Nas and he fuck with Jim. Completely understand. But Nas let that shit up for interpretation, bro. And if Nas did say something about it, again, I have no problem getting back on here and walking back what I said. But Nas, who is he talking about, bro? That'd be my thing. Like we said it for a reason, bro. We said it. A lot of the time, these rappers don't gotta say who they talking about on these records. We know who niggas talking about, and Nas is very slick in himself. That's what make him one of the dopest rappers in the game. I 100% believe Nas was talking about Jim Jones on that record, man. Hell yeah, I believe that. Again, respect to Raekwon, but I'm not rolling, bro. I can't roll with that one, bro. I don't believe it. I don't. And if Nas come out here and say, I wasn't this is Jim Jones, I haven't seen it. I feel like I would have seen and heard it by now. Nas could come out here and say if he was talking to that nigga or not, but he left it out for interpretation for a reason. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. And I 100% get it. Raekwon, he ain't never really been one to really be in no beef like that. But it's kind of like, I understand. He trying to play peacemaker. That's how I take it. Raekwon trying to play peacemaker. He don't want to see niggas that he fuck with beefing and doing none of that. And honestly, like I said last week, I don't think it was nothing really crazy that would get outside the booth. You get what I'm saying? Like, Nas just had to put niggas in their place. Like I said last week, he was just putting niggas in his place. I don't think it's nothing that would blow up. Niggas want to fight. Niggas want to squabble up or anything like that. But I just don't. I just no. McCann Kevin. I got to hear it from Nas himself. So I'm like, I wasn't talking about Jim. I wasn't. And honestly, if let's say he did diss him, right? And you chose not to put it on your album. You want him to redo it. I understand it, bro. I don't. But we heard that verse for a reason. I don't know who leaked it, who put it out. I just know when it hit the TL on Instagram and Twitter, it was like, God damn, Jim. Niggas was saying that for a reason, bro. It's like we just want them niggas to be beefing just cuz. Like, no, we not. We know what Jim was saying in the last couple weeks, or over the last couple weeks and month in his interviews about Nas. You get what I'm saying? So if Nas didn't make that phone call to you and y'all did have that conversation, why Nas just can't say it himself? That's it. Why he can't say it himself? Nas been in the rap game since 1992. We known him to be in beefs with multiple rappers. If Nas was dissing a nigga or he wasn't dissing a nigga, I feel like Nas would say that. That's how I look at it. Like, why couldn't he say it himself? And that's all. But I'm sorry, bro. I can't get with that. Don't take away from the album, of course. Because I still like the other, and that's another thing. I still like the other verse on Omerta, but that one in particular, that shit was fire. And yes, the diss aspect does add to it. Like, that's just what it is, a competitive sport, bro. We all like that. Of course, we don't want to see nobody fighting. We don't want to see nobody, like Ja Rule said. I spoke on this last week when Ja Rule was speaking about it. You don't want to see nobody fighting or getting crazy and nothing like that. It's rap. It's some rap shit. You talking slick in an interview or you saying something like, oh, I'm better than you. Why can't a nigga respond on the record, bro? That don't mean we got, like, beef. Like, if beef is beyond the mic, past the mic, outside the booth, like I said. But if we just keeping it on wax, we keeping it on records, and we establishing dominance or establishing placement or saying, like, nah, you not fucking with me, then I don't see a problem with that. I really don't. But again, salute to Raekwon because he put out a dope album. It's called Emperor's New Clothes. That came out last week, so I want to salute to him on that. Nas got busy on that record, Omerta. If you didn't have a chance to check that out, please go check that out. But not for 1 second do I believe that nigga Nas wasn't dissing Jim. I'm sorry, Ray, and I'm not calling you a liar. But I just believe you trying to play peacemaker, bro. That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't believe that shit. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. So next up, and I didn't talk about this last week because I don't know, it must have slipped my mind. So again, my apologies on this one as well. But Shannon Sharpe settled his settlement. He reaches a settlement in his $50 million lawsuit. So, Pro Football Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe has come to terms on a settlement with a woman who accused him of sexually assault during her relationship. Her attorney said Friday. Tony Busby, the anonymous woman's attorney, took to Twitter to announce a settlement. On April 20th, 2025, the Busby law firm filed a complaint in Nevada making several allegations against Shannon Sharpe on behalf of our client. Both sides acknowledge a long-term consensual and tumultuous relationship, the statement continued. After protracted and respectful negotiations, I am pleased to announce that we have reached a mutually agreed upon solution. All matters have now been addressed satisfactorily, and the matter is closed. Busby's statement continued. The lawsuit will thus be dismissed with prejudice. With the dismissal with prejudice, a plaintiff cannot refile the same claim against Sharpe in a Las Vegas court. No criminal charges were filed against Sharpe. When the news of the lawsuit first went public, the plaintiff was seeking $50 million for pain and suffering, psychological and emotional distress, mental anguish, embarrassment, and humiliation. In the lawsuit, Sharpe was accused of R-wording the woman in October 24 and again in January 2025. Additionally, Sharpe allegedly recorded their sexual encounters without her consent and was physically abusive, choked, and struck Doe and threatened her life multiple times. Lainey Davis, Sharpe's attorney, said that his client offered the plaintiff $10 million before she filed the lawsuit, but the offer was rejected. Following the announcement of the suit, Sharpe announced he was taking a hiatus from ESPN's First Take, on which he appeared every Monday and Tuesday. My statement is found here, and here's the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual, Sharpe wrote in an Instagram post on April 24th. At this juncture, I am electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. While he did not give a specific return date, Sharpe said he would return before NFL preseason. Now, NFL preseason start next week, and we haven't seen no announcements or anything that would suggest that Shannon may be back. I don't know. I can't make no prediction on that. But this, and I spoke on this on the first episode that I did of my podcast. This is just, it's sad. It's sad all around. If Shannon Sharpe is not a young man also, not saying that's an excuse if he's a young man. He's 58 years old. Shannon's old. He's 56, 50. He's somewhere in between 56, 58 years old. This is crazy. This is just insane. And this is just at the moment where he was about to get, there was rumors of him signing like $100 million deal. You know, he was doing this thing on ESPN, and now you have this, and now that he's settling, because he was very adamant about this being consensual, and being that they settled, yeah, I think he might have settled in between 15 and 20 million, because she also made an announcement on Twitter that she's retiring from OnlyFans. So there was a hefty check cut. It was a hefty check cut, and Shannon still doesn't look good in this, in my opinion, because, again, now this particular age gap was insane, because when this relationship started, she had to have been 19, 20 years old. Shannon is probably 50, 49, somewhere in between there, because this relationship started probably 2 years ago. She's 22, 23 now, so that's just insane in itself. That wide of an age gap, that's crazy, bro. You 50 messing with a 19-year-old, yeah, that's kind of weird, bro. That's kind of weird. And for it to come to this settlement when he was so adamant about it being consensual, it's telling. It's very telling. There's everything that went on with that relationship. Based off what I've been provided with, I know to be some abuse. That I do know. Because if I'm on the cusp of $100 million deal and this comes out, I'm not settling nothing. You're not messing up my character. You're not putting those type of allegations on my name. Now, some people may say people just pay so they can just get that shit away from them. Okay, cool. But No, not at this time frame. Not when Shannon Sharpe is off the heels of having one of the biggest interviews ever with Cat Williams. You're coming into 2025. You're killing shit with Club Shay Shay. You killing shit with ESPN. Then this lawsuit hits. So there has to be some truth to what happened between those two. It would have to be, especially when you settle for that amount. Now, initially, if she turned down that $10 million and now y'all settle, she definitely got in between, I would say between 15 and 20. It would have to be, especially for her to retire. He played himself. Ultimately, Shannon played himself. And I want to see him come out on the better half of this. Like, just be better. Going forward, just be better, bro. Keep your head down. Focus on your work. Don't get caught up in the bullshit. Don't put yourself in situations where, you can't control yourself because of your, your sexual desires, bro. You got to keep that in check. Bro. And a lot of the times, a lot of black men, especially when we start to rise in our fields, whatever it may be, it could be football, basketball, entertainment, movies, television, shit, even cooking, all of that is always a sexual shit that always get niggas caught up because they can't control themselves, bro. It's all bad. It's all bad. I'm interested to see if ESPN is going to bring Shannon back because I haven't seen any signs of him coming back. Again, preseason starts next week. And ESPN hasn't released no statements. And even then, ESPN didn't say nothing. Like, ever since when Shannon said he's taking a step away from ESPN never said nothing. So I guess they was just, waiting to see what would happen. And so being that they settled, I don't know how ESPN is going to handle it, to be honest. But it's a sad situation all around because, like I said, Shannon was killing shit. He deserved his props for how he was doing stuff in media. But this is just nasty work. Man. And that's all I really I'm just ultimately disappointed, bro, because he played himself. He didn't have to put himself in this situation, bro. He didn't at all. So next up, kind of staying in the sports world, this last week, everybody was in a tizzy and all wild up over Cam Newton's comments about Jalen Hurts and where he ranked him as far as his top 10 QBs. Cam said that Jalen Hurts is not a top 10 QB, and he gave football reasons why. And everybody took that as if he was hating, it's personal and all that. And let me say this. Just because you win a Super Bowl, that doesn't mean you become a top 5 quarterback. That's not how this shit works. It's never worked like that. And that's not how you assess football. Quarterback play is more than just winning a Super Bowl. It's your accuracy, it's your playmaking ability, arm strength, all that. Winning in spite of things. And elevating when you do have the tools around you. Now, I don't penalize QBs for having weapons around them. If anything, you're supposed to give your QB the best of the best. So my assessment of Jalen Hurts has nothing to do with the weapons he has. He has played great football with the weapons around him. I think he has a good arm. I think he has good accuracy. I think he has great playmaking ability. And he makes the plays when they need to be made. So that's why I rank him as a great quarterback. Me personally, I have him ranked 6th. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. We all don't have to be in lockstep when it comes to this top 10. And just because we don't agree on something don't mean a motherfucker is hating, bro. Cam has no reason to hate on Jalen Hurts. Nobody who doesn't rank Jalen Hurts top 5 is not hating on him. Y'all need to get out of that shit, bro. Y'all need to let that shit the fuck go. We all don't have to be lockstep with the fucking top 10, bro. And Cam didn't give no personal reasons as to why he's not top 10. It was all football reasons. I got Jalen Hurts ranked 6. He got him outside the top 10. I disagree with it, but that's his opinion. And he's entitled to that. He's entitled to that, bro. We don't always have to go at each other personally because you don't agree on something. Ryan Clark, Dan Orlovsky, even Gilly, just being extra for no reason. Now everybody talking about what Cam did with this team. Oh, he couldn't do this, who couldn't do that. I'm not getting into all that. I don't give a fuck about that. That's just extra fat. That's irrelevant to the conversation. At the end of the day, we all don't have to have everybody lock in step with the rankings. It don't work like that. Cam Newton has Josh Allen as the best quarterback in the NFL. I got him ranked 3rd. There's no problem with that. I don't got no issues with that. It becomes an issue when you're ranking somebody and you're naming personal reasons as to why they're there. Cam never does that. Cam, anytime he assesses the game, and I love his 4th and 1 show, every time he assesses the game is always football reasons why. That's it. Now Cam's reasoning may be Cam's reason is because of the great weapons Jalen does have around him. When Cam assesses the quarterback, he is assessing based off what you do in spite of certain things you may have around you. Are you still making plays? Are you still able to elevate your team? Again, me personally, I don't dock a quarterback because they have weapons around them. I don't do that. You still got to go out there and ball regardless. Patrick Mahomes had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce out the gates. He's the best quarterback. It is what it is because of what he does. His accuracy, his arm strength, his playmaking ability, his decision-making on third down. All that plays into it. But just because you win the Super Bowl, that doesn't make you top 5, bro. Those who get it, get it. And I don't feel like we have to continuously have this conversation because y'all also pick and choose when that shit applies as well. Winning doesn't make you the best quarterback in the league. It doesn't, and it never will. When Peyton Manning, when he first started out, it took Peyton Manning 6 years to win his first playoff game. Prior, he was regarded as, at worst, the third best quarterback in the league at that time, if not the best. We talking about from 98 to 03, Peyton Manning probably was regarded as the best quarterback in the league. Yes, he did get scrutinized for his playoff performances, but he was still getting all-pro votes. He was 2-time All-Pro. I think one time first team, one time second team. Still was a 3-4-time Pro Bowler. The stats spoke for themselves. So just because you win as a quarterback, that don't make you the best. And if you got Jalen Hurts as the best quarterback in the league, cool. I have no problem with that. We don't have to, butt heads because we disagree on a fucking ranking, bro. It's not that serious. Everybody dissecting Cam's career. Oh, he should have did this. Oh, he should have jumped on the fumble and did all that. Bro, it's extra irrelevant shit. That shit don't mean nothing. It don't. At the end of the day, it don't mean nothing, bro. My personal top 10 quarterbacks is Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff. That's my top 10. Again, if you agree, cool. If you disagree, cool. But those are my rankings. Yes, I do have Justin Herbert ranked above Jalen Hurts. You know why? He went 23, 3 interceptions last year. He has great playmaking ability. He has one of the best arms in the league on straight. Great accuracy. Does Justin Herbert play bad in the playoffs? Yes, he does. But I don't rank quarterbacks based off the playoff play. I don't. Does he need to be better in the playoffs? Yes, he does. And I've held Justin Herbert accountable for that. But when I'm comparing Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts, his attributes are just better. He has a better arm than him. He has better decision-making in him. His accuracy is better. I give Jalen the edge on the playmaking ability as far as running, but Justin can make plays with his legs too. Does Jalen Hurts have better playoff success than Justin Herbert? Yes, he does. But if I'm building the team and I'm starting my team, I'm starting it with Justin Herbert. That's just what it is. And if you disagree with that, again, cool. If you agree with that, cool. But those are my rankings. It's not like I'm shitting on Jalen Hurts. I got the nigga ranked 6. Others probably got him 7 to 10. Some got him outside the 10. Again, like Cam. But I don't care about your rankings. I care about your reasoning. So if you give me legitimate football reasons, then okay, cool. I can still disagree. That don't mean I'm going to crucify you or kill you and say, oh, who are you? Like, no, if it's not personal, bruh, then okay, that's your opinion. I'm not going to sit up here and trip off Cam Newton because Cam don't get personal when he does his rankings again. He doesn't. Anytime Cam gives a ranking, he breaks down his reason. That's how he watches the game. That's how he assesses the talent. That's what he does. He's always been that way. He got no reason to go against that, man, bro. Like, come on, man. Niggas doing a lot behind that shit, bro. It didn't have to go the way that it did this past week. It didn't. Because it's not that serious at the end of the day. And I feel a lot of the times that people feel like as if you got a certain quarterback ranked somewhere, it's personal, bro. It's not personal, bro. It's not. It's only personal when you're not talking about the game film, the X's and O's, the stats, the numbers, all of that. But again, just because you win Super Bowl, that don't make you the best quarterback in the league. Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback. He is not the best quarterback in the league, and I don't got him top 5. If you have that man top 5, fine. I have no issues with that. But all this going at Cam and making it personal. Like Ryan Clark said what he said. Oh, if Cam would have been Jalen Hurts, he would have. No, bruh. He wouldn't have. Because they're different quarterbacks for a reason. Cam is who he is. Jalen Hurts is who he is. I'm not here with comparing resumes and none of that. I'm a Carolina Panthers fan. Do I prefer Cam Newton over Jalen Hurts? Yes, but to me, that shit is fucking irrelevant. Both them niggas have been accomplished in their careers. One just got a Super Bowl, one don't. So that's where I'm at with that. Salute to Cam. Keep doing your thing on 4th and 1, bruh. And continue to put out dope content, bruh. That's all I really got to say about that, man. So next up, man, definitely had some sad news that happened this past week, man. We lost Malcom Jamal Warner, legendary actor. I think he directed a couple of TV shows and movies. If I'm wrong on that, my apologies. But he's definitely had his foot in this industry and entertainment for a long, long time. Lost his life at 54 years old. Had a drowning incident while he was on family vacation. Just tragic. Everybody knows he was notable in the Cosby Show. He had a couple of cameos. He had a show that he had with Tracy Ellis Ross. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now. But man, he was a staple in black entertainment for sure. Definitely a staple, man. Just sad, young, 54 years old, losing your life, man. I can't fathom that, especially drowning, bro. I lost a friend 7 years ago. R.I.P. my dog Kwame. He lost his life in a drowning accident, man. I can't imagine what his family's going through right now. His wife, his daughter, all his loved ones. But my prayers and my condolences, man, because that's tough, man. That definitely shook up the black community this past week, man. It definitely did. So I want to say R.I.P. to Malcom Jamal Warner, man. Again, icon in black entertainment, black culture. Everybody knows Theo from Cosby Show. Did his thing on Malcolm and Eddie. Had a couple other appearances in other shows, movies, TV shows. So I just want to say RIP to him and prayers up for his family, man. Prayers up for his family. So that's pretty much all I got this week, man. Again, I want to thank y'all for rocking out with me again on this Monday, continuing to run this thing up. I just want to say also, I did see Complex. Complex did drop their top 20. Is it 20 or 25 media list for 2025? Everybody I saw on there was ranked where I pretty much thought they would. I think Cosmonaut was 1, Academics was 2, Joe was 3, Charlemagne was 4. I just want to say, y'all gonna see me on that list one day. Slow grind. I want to thank everybody who's been supporting me, especially everybody on TikTok, Instagram. Again, I'm on Apple, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, of course. Just want to support everybody because, again, doing this podcast is solo. I might make it look easy, but it's not. I'm just a machine with this shit. I'm a natural with this shit, but I keep my skills in check. I'm not apologetic about giving myself props on the back either. So, but again, y'all will see me on that list one day. I don't know when, but y'all will see me on that list one day. So I want to thank y'all again for continuing to rock out with me on every Monday. Continue to get y'all this dope content. Again, check me out on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, all those platforms I'm on. TikTok as well. Salute to everybody on TikTok too. TikTok has really been a platform to really springboard me as far as getting my content out there. I get a lot of great support on TikTok. So I want to salute to everybody on TikTok, and I'm going to continue to put this content out for y'all. And ultimately, like I said, every week, man, I want y'all to continue to go out here, chase your goals, get your ass in the gym. Make sure your health is on point. Make sure your body's on point. You go and make sure your doctor's appointments is on point as well. And ultimately, man, just keeping your mental right as well. Reach out to people if you're feeling down. Don't keep all that shit bottled up, man, because it's not healthy. It's not healthy. So, like I say every week, man, this is I'm Not Repeating Myself podcast. I'm your host, Mike, and I hope you heard what I said the first time because I'm not repeating myself. I'm out.